Hello and good morning from the countryside. I've just cycled to the river. I'm about to get in for a swim. It's very cold this morning. It's 1 degree Celsius. It was even colder before the sun rose. It was around -1. So I'm anticipating that the water is going to be extremely chilly. It may well be the coldest swim that I've experienced for the last month or so, because the weather had warmed up with the advent of spring, which of course I'm really pleased to have. I have missed spring, the emerging of flowers, the return of life, and of course longer days. Over the last few days I've been having a hard time, and I've been having a hard time due to the nature of my own mind overthinking, and I was losing base with myself. I was really losing touch with reality, and I'd forgotten that I can simply choose to switch it off and overcome it. But then I had a few conversations with some cherished friends, and they quite rightly reminded me that, Aidan, you don't need to actually continue on this level of thinking. This is the level of thinking that's making you suffer, right? So why don't you just choose to make that decisive change in your mind and think about what you're grateful for. Think about the things that are currently in your favor that you don't need to worry about. So we can always make that change and decide to think differently and think in ways that cultivate positivity, that warm your heart, that warm your soul, that nourish you, that uplift you, and that serve you positively in the highest ways. Anyway, and secondly, I was meditating this morning, and I remembered that the essence of meditation is such that you create a distance between yourself and your mind and the stream of thoughts that come from your mind. So instead of being the person who's always getting bludgeoned by the thoughts, you separate yourself and you form this gap, this delineation, where you can then observe the thoughts. You can just bear witness to them. So I put that into practice this morning, and I realized that I was just in the way of my own thoughts, and all I needed to do was just breathe consciously, pay conscious attention to the moment, and watch how the thoughts in my mind and all of its objects and dilemmas just rise and fall and come and go. And when I'm not in the way of those thoughts, they're free to pass as quickly as they manifest. But when I start to wrestle with them and I start to engage in conflict with them, then these thoughts unfortunately deteriorate manyfold. They cause me so much suffering and havoc and strife, and that's been unfortunately how it's been for me the last few days, because it's been uncontrolled and I didn't rein it in. So my message is, choose to think differently. Choose to foster and cultivate positivity from within by choosing to do so. It is possible, you can do that. And also adopt the witness perspective, bear witness to your thoughts. Create that gap between yourself and your thought stream so that you can observe your thoughts as they rise and pass away. Anyway, I recorded this in one take. I'm sorry if my verbalization of my thoughts wasn't as fluid as this river is. I haven't got so savvy with my content creating yet, so I'm just choosing to just film my one take rambles in one video, and at some point down the line I'll take on the challenge of learning how to properly edit and make real content. But for now it's just me, raw and uncut, and I'm about to hop in the river. Thank you.